last in this video, those of you who watched it will remember I was discussing a little bit of an introduction to the project and demonstrating how you play around with the LIMS when you're doing an evaluation and things of that nature. So this is a follow-up video to that, and this is just me outlining a little bit more about what's going on. So thank you for watching, and looking forward to evaluating your product one of these days. So here was what we're going to talk about today. Choosing a standard, creating a matrix, choosing a LIMS. Steps to the evaluation process we'll talk about at another point in time, and the same with after the evaluation. Choosing a standard. Let me just make this bigger for you guys so you can see it. This is the standard we've chosen to use for our evaluations, ASTM designation E1578-13. You can see this is very involved standard. It talks about scope and all sorts of things, but just to show you real quick something, here is part of the checklist that they have, and I'll make that a little bigger also. And you'll notice later on when you look at the matrix that exactly how I did some of these things. Not so much the wording, but in terms of where in the standard you'd find it and things of that nature. So that's a little bit about the standard. ASTM is very respected in the industry, so that's why we're using that. And here's my matrix, and you see I've got the standard reference over here and the functionality, and there's a space here for the narrative. And you'll notice on one of my slides I talk about how this project will work. This project will work by having a narrative evaluation on the side here in this column, and I'll have links to the videos and probably have a few screenshots and things of that nature, so you can all follow the progress being made. Steps to the evaluation process, again, choosing the LIMS is the third step, and then there's actually going through and playing with it, and then there's the after the evaluation. And these are things that we'll discuss later. And the reason I say playing with it is because I like to play with the software. That's how I feel about it. Choosing a LIMS, I really like to do FOSS evaluations whenever possible. That's free and open source software. Sometimes it's referred to as free or open source software. I really think that the FOSS community is very underrated, and they make some really great products. So I have chosen an open source LIMS for my first evaluation, and I hope to continue to do that. But those of you with proprietary LIMS, I'd be happy to evaluate yours as well if you so desire. So I've already told you a little bit about how this particular project will work, but I have the slide here just to remind me to go over that, and we did. That's the narration column, which is that third column in the matrix. If you would like us to evaluate your product, whether it's a LIMS or some other software, I've gone ahead and included our website here. You can email us through the website, or you can find us on LinkedIn and several other places. We are quite available, and I would like to thank all of you for taking the time to watch my presentation on evaluating a LIMS.